Hey, Debbie. What's up, everybody? Hello. I don't know why that says 15. I must have missed that. The chat says 15. Let me refresh it. I'm sure it's not. Yeah, 5. That seems right. All right, there we go. What's up? So, something amazing happened on Twitter this afternoon. Um, and as I've told you guys before, Twitter is the only place where I actually have a voice where I'll actually be able to reach out to people that matter. Besides my little Facebook bubble, and most people on there don't even pay attention to me anyway. Um, it's interesting. I got several things I want to cover here, but first I'd like to have some audience participation and just know that there's some people here before we get started. So my chat might not be working. If any of you have come in and said hello, my chat, I reloaded it because it wasn't giving me a chat number. Now it's giving me a chat number, but there's no chat messages. So I just wonder if anybody's trying to message on and say anything and it's just not coming through. Maybe if I wait, it'll come through. Got several things to cover on this show. There we go, Debbie. Thank you. Great. Debbie got it. Thank you, Debbie. Good, good, good. Thank you, Debbie. Very, very useful of you. Thank you. James, hello. Okay, good. All right, so now that I am confident that we're live, maybe we'll wait for some more people to arrive. Just before I get started, this is pretty big. I don't know. I think it's pretty big channel news. There's only five of you here, man. I'm not going to get a single response, I'm sure. I'm just going to wait here a minute. I got some fresh coffee. Chilling. Waiting for more people to show up so we can get started here, folks. Feel free to come on in and say hello. We've got some, I don't know, for me at least, very exciting channel news. For most of you, probably not, but I don't know. If you guys are actually empathetic towards my cause, it might mean something for you. See if anybody is going to show up to the show. It doesn't seem like YouTube notifications went out. There's no one here from YouTube, huh? Oh no, YouTube notifications definitely went out. There they are. We're going to have failure to launch here, guys. If you're here, let me know. All I know is that James and Debbie are here. Anybody else? Ran out of fucking creamer. But I am going to go to the store today, so I'll probably, if I remember, I'll pick some up when I'm there. I hate to just sit here and say nothing, but I'm waiting for people to arrive. I'm waiting for the chat to ignite, to get a spark even. Hey, Billy Bong from YouTube. Thank you. Yes. Let's get some more people in here, man. Can I get 10 people for a podcast, maybe? Okay, we're almost there. Let's get started. Okay. If you do follow me on Twitter, then you would, but none of you are, so that's a joke. But if you did follow me on Twitter, you would have already known this because this already happened on Twitter. But since all of you refuse to go to Twitter to see what's going on there, I've been following Tara Reade on Twitter. Somebody retweeted something that she said, and I saw it, and I was like, oh, I'm surprised I'm not following her. I like her, so I'll go ahead and I'll follow her on Twitter. So I start following her feed, and she put up a tweet today, and I responded to the tweet because the tweet was, I thought, hey, Tim, I thought it was important. Or as these stupid Republicans say, important. Fucking throat punch them, man. And leave my fists down their throats. But I digress. The tweet was, let me see if I could just find it here really fast. I'm sorry, no. Let me go to my channel here. Okay, here we go. Okay. So the tweet was, Tara Reade was responding to Mark Caputo. Okay? Mark Caputo, or Caputo, whatever it is, he is shit lib. For those of you who don't know what that is. But I'm just going to show you the responses here so you can see. So, Mark Caputo put up this tweet, and it said, I don't follow this guy, by the way, Mark Caputo. It says, personal news, most blue checks I try not to follow. Personal news, after almost 7 years at Politico, I'm leaving my good friends and colleagues there and moving on to NBC News and NBC Politics. The reason I saw that was because Tara Reade responded to it, and I saw her response. It came up on my feed. You know, the way my responses to people probably come up on your feeds, but you just scroll right by them. Yeah, but I saw her, that she was responding to this. So I read it, and what she said was, oh, Mark, where you can suppress truth, class shame, and silence survivors to protect a political candidate like you did to me? Well read, Catch and Kill. It tells, read Catch and Kill. It tells everyone how NBC is towards protecting predators and silencing truth. You have been complicit with rape culture, right? So she quoted him, and he had said in the past, manipulative, deceitful user, Biden accuser Tara Reade left a trail of aggrieved acquaintances who say she took advantage of them over the years as her stories and her names changed. So that is the left, the liberal left media, Mark Caputo, one of them, dragging Tara Reade's name through the dirt, calling her manipulative and a deceitful user. He's a fucking piece of trash for calling her that. Now, you guys who might not have background on Tara Reade, our president, Joe Biden, he raped her. Okay? Now, those of you who didn't know that, that's okay. Now you know. Tara Reade is Joe Biden, President of the United States, Joe Biden's rape victim. Okay? That's who Tara Reade is. Now you all know who Tara Reade is, right? Oh, look, guys, our friend from Canada, Tim, didn't know that President Biden was a fucking rapist. Oh, you didn't know that? Oh, that's okay, man. Donald Trump was a rapist too, man. We only elect rapists now. Didn't you know that? Yeah, man, rapists. Provable rapists. You gotta love that shit. But, this should be no shock to anybody here in the United States that pays attention to the news. I'm surprised that Joe Biden rapist hasn't gone international and Tim didn't know. But yeah, he's a rapist. He's a piece of garbage. But I digress. You guys want to know what happened on Twitter this morning? Well, most of you don't know because most of you refuse to go on Twitter and read my tweets. But those of you who did, well, none of you. These were all friends of Tara Reade's that saw my tweet. I said, and here it comes, guys. I said all of the replies to this tweet were hidden under a tag reading additional replies. Twitter is hiding your responses, Tara. And I said hashtag F Twitter. So I sent that Twitter message over to Tara via tweet, right? And look, I got 6 likes. Yeah, you see that? I got 6 likes. None of them from you. None of them from my fucking audience members, of course. But from Tara Reade's audience. Yeah, Tara Reade's audience saw my tweet. They don't even follow me and they saw my tweet. Imagine all of you guys when you turn on Twitter and you're scrolling past all the stuff that I write. These people, not only did they read my tweet, but they all liked it and some of them retweeted it. Wasn't that nice? Now you ready for the best part? Tara Reade saw it and liked the tweet. Tara Reade also followed me on Twitter. She followed me back. So let me just say this. Thank you, Tara Reade. I appreciate you so much. I weep for what you've had to deal with in your lifetime. I can't even imagine. And I would never try to. I would only say that you have my complete sympathy. And I believe you. And I just want you to know I believe you. And I know that Joe Biden is a fucking liar. He's a professional liar. I'm not fooled, Tara, and I want you to know that. They don't fool me. Okay? If you guys believe Tara Reade over Joe Biden, will you put a 1 in my chat right now and show support for Tara Reade right here? How many 1s can I get in my chat that say, you believe Joe Biden's victim over Joe Biden, who is a proven liar? Debbie, thank you. Debbie, thank you. Can I get a 1, though, is the question. From every single person in the chat. Billy Bong, thank you. I get some more support here for Tara Reade, please, before we go on. How many 1s can I get in the chat? Well, so nice to see 2 of you believe Tara Reade over Joe Biden, and the rest of you are, what, Joe Biden supporters? Hi, Candace. Hey, Candace, let me ask you a question, since you just got here. President Joe Biden raped Tara Reade, okay? Who do you believe? Biden says he didn't do it. Tara Reade says he did. Who do you believe? Do you believe Joe Biden, the professional liar, or do you believe Tara Reade, the victim of rape? Since no one else wants to give me a 1 in the chat, Nobody else wants to give me a 1 in support of Tara Reade? Beazle came in here to give me a 1. Even my dog. Thank you, Beazle. Even my dog went out of his way to say that he knows Joe Biden is a fucking liar. You guys. Hey, Dave D. Once again. Oh, Tommy. Thank you, Tommy. All right. I'm going to ask you guys this question one more time. All right? Look. If you believe Joe Biden over his rape victim, fine, man. Give me a number 2 in the chat if you believe Joe Biden did not rape that woman. But I just want to know, if you believe Tara Reade was raped by Joe Biden and you believe that Joe Biden is a fucking liar, give me 1 in the chat right now. I've only got 3 people out of all these people here. 1/4 of my audience. Really? 1/4 of my audience gave me a 1? Is that it? You all think Joe Biden didn't do this? You all trust Joe Biden, the child sniffer, the guy who sniffs children, the guy who corrals women around him, grabs women and pulls them over. Okay, so Candace Mountain believes Joe Biden over Tara Reade. Okay, thank you, Candace. Next. Yeah, right, Billy? She doesn't want to believe a rape victim. God damn it. Wow. Wow. From a woman, too, man. It's shocking. Do I think he'll be replaced midterm? No, not midterm. No. How does that work exactly? How do you replace someone midterm, bro? How does that work exactly? They have some kind of a midterm election on the presidency that I don't know about? Oh, if he dies? No, bro, I think that Kamala Harris is just going to sit home with her thumb up her cunt and not become vice president. Do you know, Tommy, do you understand what a vice president is? You just asked me the dumbest fucking question. Look, we're talking about rape victim Tara Reade here. Tommy Mosner fucking is goddamn changing the subject. Candace Mountain doesn't want to support a woman, against fucking lying fucking Biden. Fucking piece of cunt trash. Oh, no, you didn't give me a 1. If you're not going to give me a 1, you're taking Biden over her. Oh, Candace, maybe you should go investigate her claim. Since you don't know. Maybe you should go investigate it. It's been investigated. I would just love to know when there's one person that claims they rape another person, and those are the only people there. How the fuck do you investigate that, Candace? What, you give them lie detector tests? Is that how that's going to go down? I thought the 1 meant I believe the girl. Lol, back to work. Yeah, the 1 does mean you believe the girl. Yeah, you believe the girl over, but you didn't even give me a 1, bro. You didn't even give me a 1, Dave, so you don't believe the girl either. So you think Joe Biden, you totally believe Joe Biden, you trust Joe Biden. Yeah, you give me a 1 or you trust Joe Biden. The guy that fucking murdered 12 people in Afghanistan and claimed it was a serial bomber. So go ahead. Yeah, don't give me a 1. I just want you guys to see how obnoxious you are. You are just obnoxious as the left-wing media. My own fucking audience. I got how many? 4 ones out of 15 of you motherfuckers? Man, I am definitely preaching to the wrong fucking choir here. Holy shit. This explains everything. Oh, on so many levels. Joe Biden, murderer. You're going to take his word over his rape victim. Wow. Really? Look at your previous comment. 1. Oh. I said a 1, Dave. Oh. You put the 1. Dude, typing a 1 is this, bro. You type a 1 and you hit enter so I can see it. You don't give me some pontificated paragraph and then put a 1 at the end of it. That's not how we vote. Of course, you're new. You don't know that. I can have a 1, but just to be clear, I'm coming in on this with no information at all. Well, then, if you have no information on it, all you got to do is just base it on whether or not you trust lying Joe Biden. That's it, Candace. He has no credibility. He murders people and says they're bombers. Do you guys understand that? He has already been established as a liar. People have died because of his lies. What more do you need? Jesus, fuck! I can't believe I gotta sit here and fucking pontificate on this shit. I should have had fucking 15 ones. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. 15 fucking ones. I got 4? I must investigate further. All right, investigate it further, bro. Look, I don't know much about Tara Reade. All I know is I don't trust Joe Biden at all. And I base everything on his lack of credibility. Period. You know, if you don't want to get accused and convicted of fucking rape, then be truthful your whole life. You know, establish, you know, a level of reliability. Thank you, Candace. Thank you. I know I had to scream it out of some of you, but Tara Reade deserves it. Joe Biden raped her. Joe Biden is a piece of fucking trash. All right? And Tara Reade followed me on Twitter. She followed me. So, I will stick up for her. I will defend her. I've always believed her story. I've always known that Joe Biden is a liar. You guys should also know that Joe Biden is a liar too. And now I want you to hear this article, that the reason I was doing all of this, okay? More than a year on the saga of Tara Reade, the woman who accused Joe Biden of sexually assaulting her nearly 30 years ago, before being vilified by the liberal press, that's where I got the title from, continues to be unrivaled in the post Me Too era for the way it was treated and litigated. And newly released exhibits and testimony from the New York Attorney General's investigation and former Governor Andrew Cuomo's allegations of sexual harassment show it was something else too. A potential model for other embattled politicians to bat away allegations of their own. So, Tara Reade accused Joe Biden of rape. Joe Biden and the entire liberal fucking lying media attacked Tara Reade. And Andrew Cuomo wanted to take lessons from Joe Biden and the mainstream media on how he could do the exact same thing that they did to Tara Reade to his accusers. You guys all understand it? I don't have to read any more of the article, right? You guys totally get what I just said, right? It shouldn't be confusing at all, right? They were going to Joe Biden for advice on how to make the victim, like Tara Reade, look bad so no one would listen to her or believe her. Now, do you want the evidence behind that? When I went to Twitter and I read a Tara Reade tweet, do you know that every single response was covered by a a disclaimer. It said, click to read additional responses. There wasn't a single response displayed, and none of them were inappropriate. So Tara Reade's tweet is being subverted, by Twitter. Second point. Are you ready? I go to YouTube. I just type in Tara Reade's name because I just kind of want to get a little background on her because she's following me on Twitter, and I want to educate myself on some of the things she said. And I want to hear what other people have said about her. You know, the first things that came up were a couple of interviews that she had, and CBS was the very first thing that came up, bashing her and discrediting her. That was the very first thing that came up. All I put in was Tara Reade. YouTube immediately decides first video should be one bashing her by CBS, right? The next few videos were a couple of segments taken from other interviews. I clicked on one of them. I wanted to find somebody who I'm biased against that did the interview. I selected Megyn Kelly from Fox News because she's a fucking cunt and she's a fucking liar. And I'm curious to see where she went with Tara Reade, right? She had a nice interview with Tara Reade. She came back and she said people like Tara Reade need to be listened to. And she was very serious about it. She said it doesn't matter if it's me accusing the new guy of Fox or the woman that was accusing the guy that was running for Supreme Court justice. It doesn't matter. This should not be subverted. It shouldn't be hidden. It shouldn't be ignored. And these people deserve a fucking voice. That's not my point. It's after the Megyn Kelly video, I wanted to watch another video regarding Tara Reade. So what do? You look on the suggested videos on the right. Now, remember, all I put in was Tara Reade. That's it. Okay. I put in Tara Reade, and this is what came up. Where is my... Yeah, here it is. I put in Tara Reade. I watched the Megyn Kelly video. It was like the third or fourth video down, right? And now I want you to see what they offer me. This is YouTube now, not Twitter. This is fucking YouTube. Watch. Watch this. Watch this, guys. Look. Look, watch. Watch this. These... Look. These are the suggested videos. New poll shows voters are divided on Joe Biden's sexual... I'm sure it's sexual allegations, right? Sexual allegation, right? That's from a year ago. Second selection, which is pertinent, and it is the first thing to... But look, Tara Reade's name isn't even mentioned in the title, right? Look, Citizen 4. How lockdowns devastate you while boosting billionaires, Jimmy Dore. American Pastoral. The Hunt for Red October. Idiocracy. Great movie. All of you should see it. Raise and understand we're doing the opposite of Idiocracy. They got it backwards. We're getting smarter. Raising Arizona. Larnell, and I just want to thank COVID for that IQ test. Larnell Lewis is here as Enter the Sandman for the first time. Why did Bitcoin crash this weekend? Prescription thugs. Vaccine mandates. What the fuck's going on in Australia? The Shack. The Haunting. Edge of Darkness. New disturbing revelations about the Ghislaine Maxwell trial. Freakonomics. Live. Latest news, breaking stories, and analysis again on CBS. Wow, they come up a lot, don't they? CBS. They must be paying YouTube a lot of money for all these CBS recommendations. You water your lawn with Gatorade? The 13th Warrior. Medicine Man. Boiler Room. Muscle Shoals. Linda Ronstadt. A Good Woman. Super Size Me. Fed Up. Sinatra. Hang 'em High. Venus and Serena. 1177 BC, when civilization collapsed. That sounds good. A Song for You. Michael Saylor's Masterclass. That sounds good. If we don't stop it, this country will not survive. Chip Roy. Ghost Town. Fauci, Cuomo, Hunter, and Omicron with Rand Paul. Trump campaign. Former CIA officer will teach you how to spot a lie. Psst, dude, I'll tell you how to do it. Turn on the news, watch a politician, or check out anything on fucking social media that you've seen ever. Sean Lennon interviews Matt Walsh and Adam Carolla on Viewpoint. Wow. Look what we finally get to, guys. Megyn Kelly's emotional and wide-ranging interview with Tara Reade. How many fucking videos did we have to go through before YouTube and the cunts over there with shit lips and the re-engineer crew decided that we should see what we're looking for? Tara Reade. That's the only thing I put in the search. Tara space Reade. Enter. And it took fucking, what, 40 fucking videos before her name comes up in a search after I already watched one with her name in it? That's them subverting her entire existence. Twitter is doing it. YouTube is doing it. Mainstream media did it. Joe Biden and the Biden administration did it. And Andrew Cuomo sought out the Biden administration to ask them how they did it so good to Tara Reade. Because they want to do it to Cuomo's accusers. No, it's Reade. Not Reid. But thanks for trying to correct me. Wow. So I just want to say, Tara Reade, I believe you. I know that Joe Biden is a fucking liar. And thank you so much for following me back on Twitter. It means so much to me when my whole audience ignores me and a complete stranger to me who's also well known, you know, millions of people know who Tara Reade is. She decided to follow me and she decided to like my tweet, even though my own audience won't do it. That lifts me up. Even when you guys fail to do it, Tara Reade lifts me up. So thank you, Tara. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, so this is that plant number 2, half smoked, but I'm still gonna smoke the rest of it because it's so goddamn good. And now I wanna see another Tara Reade segment here. It's only 2.5 minutes, so I'm just gonna check this out. It starts off with Joe Biden. I apologize for that. You know, they say Tara Reade, but it starts with Joe Biden. Fucking hilarious. All right. Is not Tara Reade from American Pie? Because that's how her name is spelled, man. I promise. Reade, bro. It's different, man. Tarareade. It's a different person. You're being silly now.
In her response to Biden's denial, Tara Reade emotionally describing what she says happened in the spring of 1993, describing being asked to bring then-Senator Joe Biden a gym bag in a Senate office building.
He greeted me, he remembered my name, and then I said, you know, here you go, Senator. I handed him the bag, and it happened very quickly.
She alleges Biden pushed her up against the wall of a Senate corridor and put his hand under her clothes.
He had his hands underneath my clothes.
God, it's just so hard for me to watch this. I hate watching these kinds of things. But no, it's not long, so I'll watch it.
And
I'll smoke.
Cheers. It happened all at once. He had one hand underneath my shirt, and the other hand, I had a skirt on, and he went down my skirt and then went up.
Reade claiming Biden pulled back when she resisted.
He pointed his finger at me and he said, "You're nothing to me. You're nothing." And I think that's the hardest thing.
Biden has consistently denied Reade's claims, repeating his denial Thursday when asked about her new comments.
In every case, the truth is what matters. And in this case, the truth is these claims are flat out false.
A year ago, Reade was among several women who said Biden had touched them inappropriately in a non-sexual manner, Biden later vowing to be more respectful of people's personal space. But in March, for the first time publicly, Reade came forward with her assault claim. She also said she had filed a complaint with the Senate that did not mention assault. No complaint has been found. The Biden campaign issuing a statement Thursday saying, "Every day more and more inconsistencies arise. Women must receive the benefit of the doubt. They must be able to come forward and share their stories without fear of retribution or harm, and we all have a responsibility to ensure that. At the same time, we can never sacrifice the truth.
Dude. When it comes down to he said, she said, there's no truth, man. You know? And when these motherfuckers act like there is, you know, just like what Candace just said before, is this has to be investigated. How do you investigate something like that? You need to understand the facts of the situation. Go look at the history of what was said when it happened, and base your decision on who you're looking at. Character, you judge their character. And Joe Biden has none. You think because he wears a suit and tie and calls himself a fucking politician that gives him credibility? He's a professional liar. Literally, that's what he chose to do as a job because he's so good at lying to people's faces. That's why you become a politician. You're good at lying to people's faces. I can't even believe we're having this conversation. I can't even believe that people in here are so unsupportive of her. And it just makes me realize how disgusting some of my audience members are. My own audience members. It's like, wow, man, I used to call us friends. Like, we're all friends. You know, but friends have each other's backs, man. You know, you guys don't have anybody's fucking backs but your own. Oh, God. You're literally siding with Joe Biden. And that's the thing that really gets me. There should be no deciding when it comes down to Joe Biden. You should just know he's a fucking piece of fucking human trash. Why have no kids come forward saying he sniffed me? Because you know why? Because the MSM they dismiss all those children. They disappear those kids. Just like they did to Tara. But that's not anything to joke about, man. You know, that shit's disgusting. And if you support Joe Biden, you support a fucking lying rapist piece of shit. So, you know, sleep well. Take that one around with you all day. Think about that. 3 hours ago, 4 hours ago. All right, let me check the headlines one more time. I doubt anything has changed, but maybe something's breaking. Finally back into service zone. Nick, welcome back. I believe her 100%. Joe Biden is a snake, and he's a fucking liar. He's a proven liar. You know? January 6th committee subpoenas over 100 phone records. Good. Teenager arrested for beheading his own sister. And the mother helped. That's a CNN headline, guys. Steve Bannon's not going to fucking court until July 18th. Talk about your speedy trials, huh? What's that all about? They wait long enough, fucking Donald Trump will be president again. Biden's gonna get COVID by sniffing a dirty snot child. We should be so lucky. Now let me get this off my screen here. I don't want this Andrew Cuomo shit up here. I'm just so pleased that so many of Tara Reade's followers came over and liked my tweet. That was nice. Those people know how to show some appreciation. And that is all you got to do is give a like and a retweet. Maybe leave a comment. It's so easy to do. It only takes a second. Okay. Republicans are going to try to take back the Senate in 2022, which might happen from what happened with Nevada and Joe Biden. Top Mike Pence aide is cooperating with the January 6th committee. Meadows. The test could provide some answers following Medina spirits. I don't know who Medina Spirit is. Is that a horse? Is Medina Spirit a horse that died? I always suspected the 4-year Biden presidency would morph into a President Harris one. She's not much of a leader, man. It'd be interesting to see what were to happen if she became president. She's a horrible decision maker. I mean, the fact that she left an innocent person in prison and she still was able to become vice president, that doesn't say anything about her. It says what a bunch of cucks we are as Americans, that we would allow someone like her to fucking lead us. She never played Red Rover as a child, I guess. You know? She leaves fucking soldiers fucking behind on the battlefield. She's a cunt. If you guys want better shows, I suggest you follow me on Twitter and start retweeting and liking my tweets. Seriously. Seriously, you should give it a try again. Maddow said COVID-19 made Trump so weak he couldn't even hold his briefcase. That's fucking hilarious. Oh, the way he came out there, took his mask off, and stood out there all proud. Then he ushered right back in. Oh, God. Ugh. Ugh. Christmas ambience. Oh my God! 8,500 people watching a video of a living room with a Christmas tree in it. That is so sad. Oh my God. That is so sad. With Christmas ambiance, with instrumental Christmas music and crackling fireplace. 24/7 Christmas carols. 8,000 people on YouTube are spending their time watching that video. That's how they're choosing to use their bandwidth. Wait, what's the address? Candace! Oh my God. Oh, fuck. How do I block that channel? Not interested. There we go. Fuck that shit. Trevor Noah called anti-vaxxer. Okay, let me see. I gotta see this. I gotta see just the beginning. I missed the beginning of this. I don't know what Trevor Noah said.
So Trevor Noah got in some big trouble. Because Trevor Noah had a critique of the COVID situation. That somehow was outside. Because you remember what Noam Chomsky taught us? the liberal press, the corporate press, is there to set the parameters of conversation. And if you go outside those parameters, you're a dead man.
No law regarding cannabis.
And that's
Cannabis
what
is
happened to
for all.
Trevor
Cheers,
Noah.
everybody.
Because you're not allowed to question anything about COVID, the COVID response, vaccines. You're not allowed to question anything, or else you are out. You are out of our group. You're out of our cult. You are a Trumper. You are a right-winger. You're crazy. Well, he did it. And I want to remind everybody, Forbes expects $33.5 billion in just vaccine revenue in 2021. How much money is that, Jimmy? 33.5 billion. Just from vaccines. Well, the United States' entire recorded music industry generates 12.2 billion in 2020. So that's like almost 3 times as much as every. So that's from Post Malone to Frank Sinatra to Mozart. Every piece of recorded music, the entire recording music industry in the United States only generated $12.2 billion in 2020. They expect to make $33.5 billion just from the vaccine. So just the vaccine is larger than the entire music industry in the United States. Think about fucking that. That's quite a stat. I'm pretty proud of myself that I came up with that.
It's funny.
But Jimmy, once you figure in, the amount of fines they have to pay for their other stuff,
Yeah, they have to.
probably like 30 billion.
Yeah. So now, why do I tell you that? Because obviously this was on Trevor Noah's mind. Now, Trevor Noah is a fine comedian, I'm sure. I objected to him taking over The Daily Show because he's from another country, and this is all about our country and our culture. And I think it would be nice if you grew up in our...
Hey, man, I had no problem with John Oliver taking over The Daily Show. Why didn't you say that about John Oliver? He came over from the UK, and let me tell you something. He did a great fucking job. John Oliver was amazing on The Daily Show. So I don't know where Jimmy Dore's coming from with this shit. It's kind of funny.
Our culture to then be able to comment on our culture. That's all. Not against love foreigners... Love foreigner comedian.
No, let me just say this. I watched Trevor Noah. I gave him a chance. I didn't find him funny. I don't think Trevor Noah is a funny comedian. He doesn't make me laugh. That's it. I don't care what country you're from. If you're good, you're good. Hey, and I'm not calling Jimmy out for this. I'm just saying that's where I'm coming from. Hey, Arical. Yeah, what's not to love about John Oliver? He's the fucking best. I love John Oliver.
I love the band Foreigner.
Jimmy, he's just taking the jobs Americans don't want.
That's right. Nobody wanted that job. They couldn't find an American to do that job. So that's why I objected to it.
Hey,
and
Tim.
the show is tanking. It doesn't do well in the ratings. It's not that interesting because he just repeats the establishment talking point. He just became a Democratic mouthpiece, which is not what Jon Stewart was when he hosted that show. And so now it just became shit lib central, and so nobody really watches it. But guess what? He's starting to think for himself, and that's a problem. Listen.
On the one hand, almost all the Omicron cases have been mild so far.
Huh.
But on the other hand, the guy who stands to gain millions of dollars from new vaccines says we need new vaccines. If we don't make a new vaccine, this disease could be with us forever. Sorry, I was thinking of something else. Now look, I'm not saying that the CEO of Moderna is lying. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying, I don't think he's the most objective source on this topic. I'll wait to hear what neutral experts say about a new vaccine. People like public health officials or the CEO of Johnson & Johnson. He's got nothing to gain because nobody's going to buy his vaccines either way, so...
It's a good joke.
Not that good.
Wow.
Didn't make me
So,
laugh.
let me play it again.
He didn't make
Let
me
play it
laugh.
because it's real quick.
On the one hand...
He didn't make me laugh like Jimmy Dore does.
Almost all the Omicron cases have been mild so far. But on the other hand, the guy who stands to gain millions of dollars from new vaccines says we need new vaccines. If we don't make a new vaccine, this disease could be with us forever.
Oh my God. He made a joke that poked a hole in the COVID narrative from the establishment.
Yo, Billy, did you notice that he sounded just like Russell Brand when he did that joke? And when he tried to do his American voice, he sounded like Russell Brand doing an American voice. I love it. Do you think politicians develop their corruption in the colleges they attend? Military industrial complex. How should we address that if it's true, if even possible? Address it? Grow your own food. Stop voting.
Guess what? He's in trouble. Daily Show host Trevor Noah blasted for knocking Moderna's CEO's vaccine push.
He's fomenting hesitancy.
Okay. Whoa. Let me read the headline again.
Guess what? He's in trouble.
Daily Show host Trevor Noah blasted for knocking Moderna CEO's vaccine push. All right, let's see how bad the blasting was. I'll speed it up.
Daily Show host Trevor Noah blasted for knocking Moderna's CEO's vaccine push.
He's fomenting hesitancy with those jokes.
He's fomenting. You mean he actually had a critical thought about something they're saying about the vaccines? He must be banished. He must be put outside the cult. He's going to get people killed from a virus that has a 0.89% hospitalization rate. Well, here's the story. No one's laughing at the Daily Show host Trevor Noah. I was. Kurt, were you laughing?
I haven't. It was the most I've laughed in a long time, Trevor.
I've never laughed at him before. This is the first time I ever laughed at him. So these are two comedians.
No, he admitted he's never laughed at Trevor Noah before. The only reason he's laughing at Trevor Noah, he's feigning laughter because he agrees with what he's saying. Man, Jimmy, you're a fair weather friend, bro. You just outed yourself so bad. I've never laughed at Trevor Noah before, but now that he's saying something I finally agree with, I find him quite humorous. Dude, that's cringe, Jimmy. Where the fuck is Billy? Billy! Oh, God. Where's anybody that will talk to me while I'm doing a show? Is there anybody here? Let me know. Let me know if you guys are here. This is good stuff, actually. I totally disagree with some of this bullshit.
I have an award-winning special on Comedy Central, Joseph Best of the Year by iTunes. Kurt also has a fantastic special on Comedy Central, also an Emmy Award-winning comedy writer, and we laughed at it. So I'm going to say no to this story. This story, again, starting off on a bullshit line. No one's laughing at the Daily Show host Trevor Noah, except people who really know comedy.
Okay, I know comedy. I'm a pretty funny guy. I make you guys laugh every fucking day, 3 times a day. You guys laugh at some point during the show. I make you laugh at some point during the show. It's a pun. No one's laughing is a pun, Jimmy, and you're not playing gotcha on a fucking pun. Yes, Billy, I need you here, please.
No one's laughing at the Daily Show host Trevor Noah's new take on coronavirus vaccine maker Moderna.
Punching down.
Yeah, the late night comedian appears to be suspicious. Okay, he appears to be suspicious of Moderna CEO Stephanie Bancel, who recently went public with concerns over how well he... Oh, Stephane? Is that Stephane? Stephane Bancel, who recently went public with concerns over how well his vaccine will hold up against the Omicron variant, or as Joe Biden says, the
This vaccine will hold up against the Omicron variant.
Omicron. He's suspicious. Is he suspicious? How dare he be suspicious of a fucking big pharma CEO? That guy is he's a Trumper.
Wait, James, it just says he appears to be. So let's hold off.
Oh, let's hold off.
He appears to be suspicious.
Oh, he appears to be.
Hold off, because I want to see what this is about.
Well, let's see what other bad thing he did. Noah questioned. Oh my God, he's questioning. He's suspicious and he's questioning. He questioned Bancel's intentions as he alleges that the pharma boss may not be the most objective source for pandemic predictions. Holy shit!
Objective source. In quote.
They put it in quotes. They put it in quotes. He may not be the most objective source. They put it in quotes. Well, God, he was suspicious and he questioned.
I like the way it's worded.
Means. This seems to be.
I like that it says pharma boss. It's worded very well.
Spreading an anti-vax point of view. That's literally what it said under his tweet. I'm not making this up.
This seems to be spreading an anti-vax point of view. What Trevor Noah said, anti-vax. No, I disagree. It's Trevor Noah questioning whether this vaccine is really required for what he's hearing is very mild. Now, my question would be, Is it mild for people that don't have vaccines? So, what's the answer to that question? I don't know. So, see, I can't, because I'm a guy that does this, I can no longer proceed to pontificate on that point without knowing that one fact. That's something I need to know. How harmful is Omicron to unvaxxed? Can anybody Google that and tell me what the answer is? Are unvaccinated suffering more from Omicron? Okay, Google. Are the unvaccinated suffering more from Omicron?
I can search the web for that.
Of course.
Just tap that search
It's a
tip below.
simple fucking question. You know, something that should come right up. So fucking important. Why are people so scared of Omicron if it's milder? Wait, where did that come from? The Hill. The Hill. So that's going to be liberal lion media. Don't have complications. Vaccinated patients with Omicron variant don't have complications. But what about the unvaccinated? Less severe. More infectious, less severe, right? That's what one of our own said in here earlier. That was in the last show, misleading. Linking the spread of Omicron variant to the vaccine. Misleading claims linking the spread of Omicron variant to vaccine. Okay, inaccurate. Omicron variant, it's more important than ever to get the strain of coronavirus that causes. The only info I've seen is that Pfizer boosters do provide help from it. Their own film. Did I hear my name? Listen, guys, I'm kind of curious. How's Omicron on the unvaccinated? You can't find it on Google. Okay, Google. Unvaccinated Omicron.
I found this on the web.
Okay, here we go. This is from Deseret.com. Deseret. I do not know who they are. Deseret.com. It says right here, Omicron variant sends unvaccinated children to the hospital. This was 2 days ago. Omicron variant is sending unvaccinated children to the hospital, scientists say. The Omicron variant is sending a large number of children under 5 years old to the hospital in South Africa. The highly transmissible Omicron variant is sending large numbers of unvaccinated children under 5 years old in South Africa to the hospital. Well, I tell you what, Candace, you go out, you go running around, okay, since it's too early to know for you. I've got Google, honey. I got Google. I found that shit really quick. And the rest of my audience, I want you guys to know you can find shit really quick too, including you, Candace. You know, you don't have to go on a podcast and say, it's too early to really know, and put your hand up like that little emoticon that I hate. I can't do it right. Oh, there it is. This is Candace. Too early to really know. Quick Google search. Yeah, children are suffering. So there you go. That's something. That's what you want to know right there. So now that we did a little Googling that Jimmy Dore didn't want to do, now that we did a little Googling that Trevor Noah didn't want to do, now I think we have a better understanding of the fact that if you've got a 5-year-old, you might want to rethink this whole Omicron thing. Go read the goddamn article. All right? Your children's protections is not my fucking responsibility. One thing I won't do is sit here like Candace and tell you it's too early to really know. Data's sketchy till we have a larger sample size. Oh, I'm not going to say that to you. I want you to know that. Really upsets me, Candace. That really upsets me that you said that to my audience. They've got 5-year-old children in here, man. So you could take Candace's advice or you could take my advice, guys. Remember, my advice is just me doing this. Always. That's all it is. And if you trust that, I'd be fucking investigating this further if I were y'all. It's more transmissible. You want to know the status of the children's health before the infection? Who cares? Hey, freaking Oracle, you got a 4-year-old child and they're sick. Do you care now? Think about it. It's your kid. Now it's your kid that's sick. Who fucking cares what the science says, bro? You gonna protect them? You gonna protect your 4-year-old? You know, you're gonna keep them home? You're gonna not send them to fucking nursery school? Not let them go, you know, running around with a bunch of other kids and possibly get this thing that's more transmissible? I don't know, man. I don't have a 5-year-old. I don't have a child. I don't know. Like I said, it's not my responsibility to look out for y'all's kids at all. That's way too much stress for me. That's why I never had kids. I feel sorry for you guys. You know? Candace, do you have children? Do you have kids? Man, teach your kids to Google. That's what I would tell you. Teach your kids to use the Google instead of just not researching things and looking things up. I mean, I don't know if you guys understood the very first word that I said when I was reading that article to you. But the word was scientists. We don't know if it's more transmissible in the unvaccinated than Delta. Obviously, we should be protecting children. Yes! 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 Candace, yes! Candace, yes! Candace, yes! Candace, yes! Candace. Yes! We're just doing this. We're not scientists. So, we just protect ourselves. We just do an ounce of prevention. Right? An ounce of caution or whatever the fuck the saying is. An ounce of caution is worth a pound of prevention. I don't know. Whatever it is. We're doing that. We're all doing that, Candace. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we're making total sense. Yes. Right, everybody? I mean, are you going to trust Jimmy Dore? Are you going to trust Trevor Noah? They seem pretty fucking confused to me. Hey, man, there's a cell phone both of them have. Neither of them want to look this shit up. It only took me fucking 30 seconds, man. I'll tweet it for you guys. Hey, I know none of you really want to help me out on Twitter, but I'll help you on Twitter, okay? At Nays Garden. I'll go ahead and I'll tweet this out to all of you right now, okay? I'll tweet it at Nays Garden. There we go. I'm going to tweet it at myself. There's the article. You guys can check it out for yourselves, okay? What I'm saying is we don't know. It's more transmissible. I have a double major in biology and chemistry, so sometimes I approach things in a more clinical way. Don't, Candace. Jesus fucking Christ, Candace. Fuck traditional, indoctrinated forms of educating you. Just because it's the way of the world doesn't mean it's the best thing to do. Look, You've got so much information right here in your hand. You guys might be like, hey man, it's the Deseret views, nay? The Deseret News, I'm sorry. Right? Who the fuck are they? I digress. Scroll down. And I show you this. You ever heard of them? You ever heard of them? Highly transmissible Omicron variant is sending large numbers of unvaccinated children under 5 years old in South Africa to the hospital, the Daily Beast reports. So, maybe the Daily Beast wants to sacrifice their credibility by giving you fake news, or you don't want to believe the scientists that they're quoting in there. But y'all can go source this out. I recommend that you do. But I'm telling you right now, it only took me fucking 30 seconds to find that article. What did I searched 2 words. Unvaccinated Omicron. That was it. And this article came right up. It was down, I think it was down, can't remember. I don't think it was the very first one. So, for your 5-year-old children and younger, you could trust Jimmy Dore, and you could trust Trevor Noah. Or if you're 5-year-old children, you could trust with me. You guys decide. Their lives may be at stake. Your lungs are really small when you're 5 years old. And just because you get the Omicron and you're sick doesn't mean when you get in there, you don't get something else like pneumonia. Or you get, what is that disease that runs around in hospitals? I think it's a virus. It's a fungal virus, I believe. I forgot what it's called. You get something like that on top of it. You want to take your chance with your little babies? Well, then listen to Jimmy and Trevor Noah, because they think they're experts in the field. Smugly, I want to say too, a little smugly, and I kind of want you to see the smugness while he puts your fucking 5-year-old children at risk. Okay? I want you to see the smugness here. I actually need to do a bong hit, because watching one of my heroes completely disappoint me, it's hard. It's hard on my heart. I have a double major on Kevin. Sometimes I approach things in a more clinical way. Anybody else want to jump in the conversation with Candace and I? Oracle, Tim, Billy. These children are malnourished and not healthy makes a difference. Oracle. Hey, what did I do? Shit, how far back did I go? Motherfucker. Dude, I don't know how far in I was. I'm so sorry. I don't know how far into the video I was, and I accidentally reset it.
He's fomenting hesitancy with those jokes.
He's fomenting. You mean he actually had a critical thought about something they're saying about the vaccines? He must be banished. He must be put outside the cult. He's going to get people killed from a virus that has a 0.89% hospitalization rate. Well, here's the story. Fane? Is that Stefane? Stefane Bancel, who recently went public with concerns over how well his vaccine will hold up against the Omicron variant, or as Joe Biden says, the Omnicron. He's suspicious and he's questioning. He questioned Bancel's intentions as he alleges that the pharma boss may not be the most objective source for pandemic predictions.
All right.
Holy shit!
This is about where we were.
Objective source, in quote.
They put it in quotes. They put it in quotes. He may not be the most objective source. They put it in quotes. Well, God, he was suspicious and he questioned. And guess what that means? This seems to be spreading an anti-vax point of view. That's literally what it said under his tweet. I'm not making this up.
Well, the Moderna, you know how Fauci is science? The Moderna CEO is vaccines.
Is vaccines. That's amazing. It got 206 likes. That's not just this person's opinion. There's a bunch of morons just like it. Hey, saying you'd rather trust public health officials rather than a man with an MBA is the opposite of anti-vax point of view. So this is what happens. If you have this, people call me anti-vax because I have a critique of the lies of Dr. Fauci, and I have a critique of the lies of the administration, and I have a critique.
Hey, Jimmy, you're not anti-vax. You're just uneducated on the science. And you refuse to educate yourself on things that prove you wrong because you go and you shoot your fucking mouth off. Sorry, bro. You go and you shoot your mouth off before you do a simple Google search that took me 30 seconds. And I'm going to tell Jimmy how to do it right now. You turn on your Google or your stupid Siri and you say Omicron unvaccinated. The article will come right up and you will see that children are suffering from Omicron. So you can shoot your fucking fat mouth off all you want about, warning people about not getting vaccinated or whatever. I'm not saying you're anti-vax, but I'm saying you're subverting the truth by not telling your audience what's happening to 5-year-olds. And we'll find out soon enough. Hey, guys, write it down. Here you go. Write it down. Those of you who keep track. Here's the date, the time, 3 o'clock, 3:04. December 7th was the day that I told you. We're going to start seeing the little children here in the United States going to the hospitals. It's going to start happening. Our children are going to start getting sick and going to emergency rooms, and they're going to start clogging up the emergency rooms with Omicron. You heard me predict it here first. It's not hard to do. It's already happening in South Africa. Jimmy doesn't want to admit it. He doesn't want to talk about that. He should. He really should. I'm sure a lot of his audience members have 5-year-olds. And that's not to say your fucking 7-year-old's not at risk.
Critique of the lies of Big Pharma. And have a critique of mandates, which are bullshit. From a worker's perspective, they should be done away with. So I say that, then all your anti-vax, anti-vax. Why? Because when they make that video...
Hello, Toby. Thank you so much. Yeah, I got to go down there because I've got a piece of mail I have to take out. Thank you so much. I so appreciate it. I can't wait to have those pickles. All right. Oh, I'm sure they're going to be delicious. I can't wait. All right. You're welcome. Bye-bye. So, this sweet woman, I was down, I'll tell you the story. Let's do a bong rip, I'll tell you a little story. Here, let's do this. Okay. Okay. That's that. That's that. Okay. Cool. I went down to the store and this sweet older woman was down there. She's kind of like a groovy old hippie lady. She's tiny. And her dog had its head hanging out the window of her car, and I walked over, and she was like, yeah, my dog's got this hot spot on her shoulder. She's scratching, and I could see, and you could see it was raw from the dog scratching. And I said, I've got something you could put on there. It'll make the dog stop scratching. And she said, really? I go, yeah. I went to my car. I grabbed a couple of jars of triage oil. I said, put this on. Dog will heal right up. And the dog was bleeding. I mean, it was a wound. I mean, it was huge, right? It was terrible. And she can't afford to take the dog into a veterinarian. She put the triage oil on, and in 2 weeks she calls me up and she's like, my dog's skin is completely growing back. The hair is growing back. She said the dog immediately stopped scratching. She says, I want to give you, I grow pickles. She said, I want to bring you some homegrown pickles. I said, okay. Meet me up at the store. I'll bring you some pickles. I'm like, okay. So she came and she brought me some pickles. And I took them home, put them in the fridge. Man, I opened them up and oh my God, they're fucking so goddamn good. She makes sweet pickles. They're like, I don't know, they're like medium size, and she jars them up, and I don't know what she fucking puts in there, but they're the best goddamn fucking pickles in the world, man. And so she said to me, that dog died, you know. And she texted me a while. This was, you know, like over a year ago. And she texted me a month ago or so, and she said, can I meet up with you again? I could really use some of that triage oil. I said, sure, yeah. So go down, meet her. She's got hot peppers with her. And I'm like, I can't do hot. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, it's okay, don't worry, you don't have to give me anything. She says, I'm going to get you pickles. I go, your pickles? I said, I cannot refuse your pickles. I said, I will not refuse your pickles. So, she just texted me. She called me, and she's like, my husband is gonna drop the pickles off down at the store. So if you're heading down there, you pick up your pickles. So I love the pickles. What can I say, man? The pickles put a big smile on my face. Pickles are great. All right, let's go back to Jimmy.
Bill gets a lot of clicks because the show.
You like that little?
That's the only.
Do you guys like that little anecdote? Here, I'm going to slow Jimmy down because I want you guys to hear the rhetoric. You know, he uses words like jab. He champions people like Trevor Noah. And these are people who are literally unwilling to just do a little research. That's all. And the thing that gets me is Trevor Noah has access to a research team. Jimmy Dore does not. But Trevor Noah definitely does. And he's fucking up big time. Because when all these 5-year-olds in America start catching this thing, and you know, isn't he from South Africa? Isn't he from South Africa? Or no, maybe he's from South... Yeah, I think Trevor Noah's from South Africa, isn't he? Is that where this is going on with the kids? I was reading you guys that article. South Africa. Dude, isn't that where Trevor Noah's from? Dude, I'm freaking out right now. Look, Omicron variant is sending unvaccinated children to the hospital. Scientists say South Africa. Dude, Trevor Noah. Okay, Google. Trevor Noah, place of birth. Trevor Noah, place of birth. Okay, Google. Trevor Noah, place of birth.
Trevor Noah was born in Johannesburg.
South Africa. Dude, it's so fucking ironic you want to cry. So, okay. Wrap your brains around this. Trevor Noah, who is from South Africa, is denying the science from scientists who are saying that in South Africa, 5-year-olds are going in the hospitals with Omicron, unvaccinated 5-year-olds. They're going in the hospital with Omicron. And Jimmy Dore is championing him like he's some kind of a saint coming down from heaven saving the planet. Let's go to normal speed on Jimmy Dore.
Only reason.
Well, also Oxford changed the definition to include being anti-mandate.
Yes, if you're I guess technically they have changed the definition of vaccines to meet to make these new vaccines.
That's psychotic. I'm anti-mandate. I am. I'm anti-mandate, and I am not anti-vaccine. And wow, that's fucking serious manipulation. That's the Ministry of Truth, guys. And if you guys don't know what the Ministry of Truth is, I won't be surprised if Jimmy Dore mentions it now. That's literally the Ministry of Truth here in the United States now, trying to manipulate facts. That's fucking psychotic.
They changed
It's Orwellian. It's like 1984 Orwellian.
definition. Webster did that.
No, I thought it was Oxford. I
Whoever.
don't check Webster. I know Oxford.
Whoever. They're both
I'm gonna-
supposed to
let's
be.
check Webster.
They're supposed to be official.
So the dictionary changed the definition of vaccine to anti-vax. That's what. So maybe you're thinking about. So
They changed anti-vax.
Anti-vax.
To include anti-mandates.
That's it. They changed anti-vax to include anyone who opposes mandates. That's not anti-vax. That is not. So there's more to this. Hey, maybe calling someone an anti-vaxxer for doubting the intentions of a CEO who is unarguably jumping the gun and saying we are definitely going to need a new product he
Quarter of
just
the hour.
happens to supply.
No longer
It's
gonna
not
get
the
him
best
his-
take.
his
I got
volunteers,
my
everybody.
booster Saturday, and by no means anti-vax, but come on.
Wait,
So
he
at
only
least-
has one? He only got one booster?
He only got
That's
one.
pretty anti- That's
I-
anti-vax.
I think he's spreading hesitancy. He's fomenting hesitancy by just getting the one booster.
Get a couple.
They're and Israel's on their fourth already. What are you, an anti-vaxxer? So everybody seems to be like, okay, this is a little too cult behavior, and we have to be able to push back and question at least a pharmaceutical CEO. You can't even question them now. Do you see how bad it's gotten? And it's not rare. People close to me think like this, or people who used to be close to me think like this. Exactly like this. Hey, what are you, an anti-vaxxer? Why? I heard you thinking for yourself. Did you have a thought, your own original thought? That means you're an anti-vaxxer.
Well, Jimmy, I like to think of mainstream boundaries as an Australian COVID camp that I keep my mind in. And stay away from the fence. Don't poke your finger out of it at the other people. You spread COVID.
You don't want to spread COVID. So now that guy who said that, this sounds anti-vaxxy, he responds to this guy and says, not saying he's anti-vax about Trevor Noah. It could be misinterpreted, muddy the waters.
Wow, there it is right there. Don't say the truth, this is like old cult stuff when I was Jehovah's Witness. Don't stumble your brother from the one true faith just because something's real and true. You have to keep, because you might stumble them out of their faith.
And
That's
so
out of the Bible, that kind of shit.
And so that's what he's saying. You might stumble somebody out of their vaccine faith. Right?
Yeah, right.
That's what he's saying. You're going to muddy the waters.
Misinterpreted.
And then people are going to think that vaccine. Okay, so you can't even. So what this person says is great. So unquestionable compliance is what you want? Yes. You're never allowed to question because it might muddy the waters. So just be compliant. Do whatever the CEO of Moderna says, or else you might. What is it? What did you?
Like boogaloo the.
You might boogaloo somebody out of their vaccine religion. The waters are already muddy. Waters are already long since muddied, unfortunately. Welcome to the internet. And some people are going to use X statement in bad faith. Has rarely, if ever, to my mind, been a good argument against making said statement. So that guy's saying, hey, you shouldn't tell that truth because other people are going to twist it and fool other people. So I can't tell a truth because someone else is going to twist it?
Well, I mean, he's wrong because that's the same reason our government keeps so many things top secret. It could be.
That's right.
That's why the government has to hide things from us.
And muddy the waters, you also do that every time you try to police the way people speak when you're too shallow to even have an interesting opinion. Stop pretending to care about politics. That was my favorite one. That guy really got him. He goes, you're muddying the water every time you try to police the way people speak about COVID and vaccines. Because you're too shallow to have an interesting opinion. Exactly. The people who call me anti-vax don't have an original thought in their head about vaccines or COVID or the COVID response or Fauci or mandates. They don't have an original thought. And if they do, they're too cowardly to say it, which is why I have this huge lane.
Hey, bro, you're not anti-vax, Jimmy, but you are anti-fax. Okay, so let's talk about that for a second. Jimmy Dore has a narrative. He's got an agenda. And I'm going to explain it to you right now so you understand where he's coming from, because that will set the context for what the further things that I will say about him. Okay, Jimmy was vaccine hesitant, but he went ahead and he got the vaccine knowing that he could have a reaction to it because he had had a reaction previously to a flu shot, I believe he had said. So he went ahead, he got the vaccine, and then lo and behold, he ended up getting these symptoms from the vaccine. And he claims that so did his wife, and so did his producer, and so did his friend. 4 people, he said. All of them suffered the same side effects. They were getting headaches. They had, very uncomfortable soreness. They had flu symptoms. Well, everybody got better except for Jimmy. Jimmy stayed sick for a long time. In fact, I believe that Jimmy says he still is suffering somewhat from his original vaccine. I believe. And that was, 6 months ago. I can no longer find the sore spot on my arm where I was injected. But man, I could feel it for up to a week after I had it. There's definitely side effects, and there's definitely issues that go on. And I don't doubt that. That's where Jimmy's coming from. Now, understand he's got a fucking personal vendetta now because it made him sick, and I don't blame him. However, let's not disregard this fact that never gets said when these kinds of conversations are being had. That fact is that somewhere close to 99% chance of not dying if you get COVID and you're already vaccinated. Period. He never says it when they're having this conversation. Trevor Noah doesn't mention it when he was talking about it either. That's just doing this, and that's the science. If you have the vaccine, you have a 99% chance of surviving. If you get COVID. Doesn't mean you're going to. I know people who were vaccinated who died from COVID. I do. Many, actually. But, I also know people like my mother who survived COVID as well. So when she got COVID, she didn't have the vaccine yet because they didn't have vaccines back then yet when my mom got COVID. But I'm going by statistics, and Jimmy Dore is completely ignoring them. That's my issue with him. I'm not saying he's anti-vax, but I'm showing you what his narrative is. I'm telling you where he's coming from, and I'm explaining to you why so many people do accuse him of being anti-vax. He's not. He got the fucking vaccine. His wife got the vaccine. His producer got the vaccine. He took that shit very seriously. So you can't call him anti-vax, but he is putting 5-year-olds at danger by amplifying this garbage that Trevor Noah was spewing. All right, let's go on, and I'm going to go into my barrel here because I got to get something out. It's going to be fun times for all.
Nobody on the left, they're all fucking nutless wonders. They're all nutless wonders. Not one of them has a critique of the COVID policy. But they will now start to parrot Trevor and pretend like they do. Go watch. You watch the other YouTube shows. They're going to cover Trevor Noah saying this and act like they've always been skeptical too. Watch that. Watch those fucking bullshitters. The only person on fucking YouTube who has been offering a critique at all against this bullshit, against the COVID, Fauci, Biden mandates, has been this goddamn show and the Gray Zone.
Russell Brand, too.
I don't put him in this category. He's got 4 million. He's a superstar. So
yeah, well, what about me? I'm a little podcaster, Jimmy. Why don't you mention me, Jimmy? What about me? What about me, Jimmy? What about me, Jimmy? What do you say? What do you say? What do you say, Jimmy? Effective against the new Omni strain? I don't know, Billy Bong. That's a great question. It's a great question. I had no issues when I got the shots. That's good. I mean, my arm, I was sore just in the area. You know, and I only put triage oil on it one time, and the rest I didn't because I was curious to see how long it was going to stay sore for, and it stayed. I could feel it if I pressed it. I could find it for up to a week.
Celebrity. But yes, I will say Russell Brand, of course. Russell Brand. But I'm talking about your regular lefty that came out of the Bernie Sanders movement YouTube hosts. None of them. They're all fucking nutless wonders.
What about me?
Every one of them. Gutless.
What about
me? But now they're going to start, now Trevor Noah made it safe for them to have a critique of just a big...
Jimmy, I call you out on your bullshit without calling you an anti-vaxxer. Come see my show, Jimmy. Come on.
Pharma, maybe?
Thank you, Trevor Noah, by the way.
Yes, thank you, Trevor Noah.
Oh, please.
It is. It's amazing.
Please.
This is his biggest contribution to America
to
since
your
he got
narrative.
here. And I tip of the hat to him for
Whatever,
this.
Jimmy.
This
Your narrative.
Homosexual. Remember he used to say
He was a homosexual.
He's satisfying your narrative.
So and here's what somebody says to that person. So you aren't allowed to say something that is objectively true because it might be perceived as anti-vax? That seems a bit religious and dogmatic. Well, Kurt here, he grew up in a cult. He knows all about it. And he says, yes, that sounds exactly like a cult, right?
Yeah. By the way, what I consider a cult is if you're in a religion and you have to do it.
Yeah.
Like Catholic, you don't have to do it. But at Jones Witch, you had to do it. And a big thing was keep your doubts, keep them down. Like, just pray for more faith. And don't stumble your brother or sister out of their one true faith, because that's the worst thing that can happen.
How do you get even the notion of anti-vax out of that? I am so tired of people having this myopic view and wanting to constantly relate to individuals in groups. I swear, as a society, I am seeing de-evolution of the human race. 102 likes, so that gave me hope.
It's a good point, because how do you know Trevor doesn't just really love the Pfizer one?
Right?
Maybe he just doesn't like Moderna.
You guys, it's not anti-vax, it's anti-fax. Both of them are guilty of it. But he's right in saying it's not anti-vax, it's not. We're just questioning. Right, you're questioning it, and you're making people that are stupid decide to not get it, Jimmy. That's what you're doing.
I wouldn't
That's
take
all.
Moderna. I took Pfizer when I got that.
And so now
some folks might die
of needing a third, fourth, and fifth shot. That's what he's doing. That's what Trevor Noah's doing. And so he's just the first one in the mainstream press. Well, he's actually the second one because Bill Maher said it before. right? But they can dismiss Bill Maher because he talks to right-wingers on his show. So they dismissed him, right? As like he's a Tucker Carlson. But
He'll
they
still go on the show, by the way.
Oh, of course, everybody in the world would go on the show. And everyone would go on Tucker's show if he invited them to. And so that's he's now the first. So if you don't count Bill Maher, I would say Trevor Noah is the first one in mainstream news to do, or in mainstream culture to do this. People are still shitting on everybody else who says anything, including this show. Nobody will ever argue with a fact that we have on this show. No one will ever argue with a fact. People who criticize this show's stance.
Jimmy, all I ever do is argue you on the facts. I love you like a brother, and I only stick to the facts. You really should watch this segment, Jimmy. You really should.
On the COVID response, people who criticize our coverage of COVID, they'll admit they don't watch our show.
I do watch your show.
They'll admit it, right? They'll admit, I don't watch his show, but he's anti-vax. That's what they.
The only thing
I watch your show, and you're not anti-vax.
People, same thing. All they'll say is you're helping. Basically, you're aiding the terrorists.
Yeah.
It's almost like the Iraq War. Like, are you with us or are you with terror?
That's right. No, I actually I have an alternative news show where we push back against the narrative. But they don't want you to tell the truth because you might stumble someone out of their vaccine religion. That's what they're saying to you. Do you say that back to them? This is like when I was in Jehovah's Witness. You're afraid Jimmy might tell a truth that'll stumble somebody out of their vaccine religion?
Probably my main thing that I repeat ad nauseum is that, because it comes up a lot. It even reminds me of Jehovah's Witnesses predicted Armageddon was coming a bunch of times. It didn't come.
Yeah.
And this reminds me, like, yeah, you get the vaccine. I got it, so I wouldn't have to wear a mask. And I wouldn't get COVID. Like, no, you would. You just need more vac. They keep moving the goalposts.
Yes. And these people, and so Trevor Noah is just first because everybody else is going to come to the same conclusion Trevor Noah came to, which is the same conclusion we came to.
No.
No. Is that we should start following the money on this and find out.
No, Jimmy, not everybody's going to come to the same conclusion that Trevor Noah came to. You know, I'm all for doing the science. I'm all for doing the research. I've got no problem with any of that. But I always think we should be erring on the side of caution. And wearing masks, social distancing, locking down on your own, you know, using common sense rules, and getting vaccinated is just part of the deal that we've all been dealt. And if you don't want to play ball, well, then none of us can have nice things. And that's all. That's all. We just don't get to have nice things. Period.
Now, what they're not telling us, I've said that a million times on this show. Why doesn't anybody ever tell you on television to make sure you're not obese, to lose weight?
True. I talk about this all the time.
That's a big factor in people who end up hospitalized from COVID. How come they don't tell you to get your vitamin D's up? That's a huge. It's because you have to get ready to get it because it's likely. Because guess what? COVID is never going away. That's from the WHO. COVID-19 won't be eradicated. Global health experts expect COVID-19 to circulate and mutate in a similar way to the flu. This is from September.
It's the Omicron.
So
that's
mutating.
from
the WHO.
Hey, Kevin,
so
thank you.
Are you just going to take one of these COVID vaccines for the rest of your life? Because they say after a couple of months, it wanes. So now that's what the Moderna guy's saying. You're going to have to get a new one every year. And Trevor Noah is pushing back against that. And the people who are calling him anti-vax don't know this. This is the thing they don't know. They think that if we could just get enough people doing what Fauci says, we can get rid of this virus. Well, according to the WHO, it won't ever be eradicated. According to the WHO.
You guys want
By
to
the
see
way,
this?
Jimmy, I'm sure Trevor also
Slide right
doesn't
here.
know that, except South Africa's where he's
This is
from,
plant
right?
number 1,
Yes.
guys.
Family there.
This
So
is the
he-
fruits of our
he knows the
labor.
unfair bullshit they did with South Africa with the Trump-style travel
This
bans.
is your reward.
Yes.
So it's a thing that directly affects. He's probably talking to people back there, and so he knows Omicron's not the thing that they're trying to make it out. So it's just once it affects you, then you're like, oh, I see the lie now. It happens.
Yeah, so he saw through it because they had to they banned travel from Africa. But you know that the Omicron virus has shown up in at least 14 countries around the world. They didn't ban it from Spain. They didn't ban travel from Spain. It's showed up there too. There's been a lot of other countries that Omicron is in. They haven't banned travel from there, but they did ban it from Africa. And he knows that because he's from South Africa. And just like Kurt said, he probably has heard people tell him that this virus, it appears to be, very mild. And then he sees everybody freaking out about it in the United States, and he has direct knowledge from his family in South Africa about this virus, and he sees how people are freaking out about it. So now it clicks the skeptical part of his brain, and Trevor Noah has an original thought, and he's immediately ostracized out of the cult. He's immediately out of the shit-lib cult. Look at him. He's an anti-vaxxer. He's muddying the waters. So, hey, Trevor, I appreciate it. Welcome to my world.
Yeah, exactly. Jimmy appreciates it. He's got someone who agrees with him on his narrative. You know, I don't know how well educated all of those detractors were on Twitter on what's going on in South Africa, but maybe they're all aware of that article that was reported in what the fuck? Huh, I can't find the article. Oh, because that wasn't the search. I see. Alright. This December 5th. This article came out on December 5th. Was it the Daily Beast? I said that reported on that. Oh, there you are. Article. But it was originally to tell your body how to create antibodies to fight it. Now it's a shot every 6 months. Where's this science of people who've been vaccinated, worn off, and introduced? Where's the science of people who have been vaccinated, worn off, and introduced to COVID? They say that the science is out, bro. There's 6 months. You should get a booster every 6 months. That's what they say. They say that the vaccine lasts 6 months. I'll take the sore arm, you know. It wasn't that bad. Like I said, I had triage oil. I just chose not to use it just to see how sore it was going to get. Is my door? I guess my door is open for the dog. Okay, cool. He walked right outside, didn't he? Let's see if he goes right over to the... He's going to go drink some water. And let's see if he walks over to his little perch. His little perch on the deck he likes to go to. I just really think that Jimmy Dore makes this the wrong hill to stand on, and he does his entire audience a huge disservice as he does this. You know, he makes it a lot easier for people like Cult of Dusty to call him out on his bullshit. And I just wish he would realize that, man, you know? Why has Rachel Maddow stopped crying for immigrants? Really? Let's see that. That should be interesting. Does she portray talking about immigrants in a different way with a new administration?
So you remember when there was the kids at AOC went down in her white and she cried about the kids in the cages, which was horrible. It is horrible. That's a horrible thing. I'm not mocking that. I'm going to mock the grandstanding of the people who did that, but only did that under Trump.
Huh.
And one of them is Rachel Maddow. Here she is reporting on it, and
oh right, I remember this.
And here's how she was handling it.
Yeah, sorry, she couldn't talk. Wait, I'm just so upset. I remember this.
To at least 3.
I remember this.
Oh. Can we put up the graphic of this? Thank you. Do we have it? No. 3 tender age shelters.
Do we have it? No. We're going to just go with you crying, Rachel.
I think I'm going to have to hand this off. Yeah. Sorry. That does it for us tonight. We'll see you again tomorrow. No, it is time for the last word with Lawrence O'Donnell.
See, she's a real human being. See, that was real. I guess I'm supposed to think that was real. Maybe it was. All I know is they're not doing it now, and things are worse. I just dropped a video today about Joe Biden's immigration and using Title 42 to export people. People are resigning from his administration over his immigration policy, saying it's inhuman. Joe Biden.
So I went to my bong and I looked inside and I took a lighter and I took a big hit and I said, hey, what's going on? And I said, I'm high. I said, hey, let's smoke a bong. You guys like that? All right. Do you guys have fun? Press number 1 if you have fun on my live stream. Press number 1. Cheers, everybody. Whatever the hour. I don't give a fuck. Cheers. Oh, you have fun? Billy? Oh, frying squirrel, thank you. Yes, very nice to meet you. Oh, goatee, yes. Yes, oh, thank you. Fucking die. Yes, I got it with one hand. I just killed a gnat with one hand. While doing a bong hit. I want the evidence. I must have the photographic proof. It's a dead gnat on my pinky. And I will show it to you. I killed that fucker while I was doing a bong rip with one hand, dude. Fucking grabbed that motherfucker, squished him in my fucking hands. I'm proud of that shit. I'm like fucking the Karate Kid, motherfucker. One hand. Who catches flies with one hand, dude? Nobody does that shit. I catch fry with chopstick. I catch fry with chopstick. You can accomplish anything All right. That was fun. We do have 420 coming up, but there's not a lot of people participating in my show. I asked you guys if you had fun. I asked you to press a number 1. Only 3 of you did it. If I can't get any more ones, I'm ending the show and I'm going to go out for a beautiful walk with my dog outside. He's already out there. I'm put my boots on and go hiking again because I love it. Because I'd rather be out hiking than sitting on my ass entertaining no one that wants to engage me in conversation. Carl, 9X. Billy. Billy, thanks for all those ones, Billy. He's a cheater. Billy's cheating. I don't mind Billy. What do we want to do here? Let's go with let's go back to this. Should see on the scene. Get on up. Huh. And there's something that's just chat. You'd think there'd be a scene where it was just chat. You know? Ooh. That one's pretty crazy. Beaselgam Extreme. I remember that one. Chat. Oh, you guys remember that chat? That was a cool chat. I like that chat. Let's go big with that. We're going to go big with that. Oh, look, I could do anything. I could do it like that. Oh, yeah, I could do it like that. Duh. Duh. Ba. Ba. Bum, 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 bum. Wah, wah, bah, bah, bum, 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 bum. Josh G, don't I need a pass to get into Sandbox? And isn't it cost like... I don't even know how much a pass costs. Don't you need a special pass to get into Sandbox? Remember? I went in there and I couldn't get into anything. Star Wars Superman chat. Star Wars Superman chat. With 2001 Space Odyssey music. I can make that background look black too. Watch this. Okay. Wait, I used to be able to do this. There we go. There it is. Kind of like a white on black Star Wars themeology there. See that? That's fucking cool. That's cool. Wow. The chat takes up less space and points at your face. Takes up less space and points at your face. Takes up less space and points at your face. Takes up less space and points at your face. How do we close this? Can we close it? No. What? Yes. Yeah, okay, here we go. This one. If we go like that. Can we take the whole thing now? Yes. I got you. I got you. I got you. Okay, so this could go. This should go. It's going to interfere from time to time. I think that's the way to do it. We could put the little blue stripe in there. Damn it. Not that way. Okay. We could get rid of that. Like this. Remove that. Cool. I'll use less processor that way. And I got the Bezel Cam Extreme group. That is a big group, man. Bezel Cam Extreme. I'll have to bring in a second camera for that. Man, I need to close this up. I'm gonna let this open. I think I let this breathe for enough time. No, it doesn't. Not that it needed to, but I filled up my jar, and I think that is good. My number one thing is full there too. So let's close this up now. Just got your med card. Hey Carl, we call it a cannabis card, not a med card. You know why? Because they want you to call it medical, okay? Because they want to make money off you. So you don't call it medical ever again, because we all know that all cannabis is medical. All of it. Right? So call it a cannabis card. That way you don't play their fucking stupid game. There should be no law regarding cannabis. There should be no card. But I congratulate you on getting your cannabis card, bro. For sure. And remember, all cannabis is medical. Sounds like a tag Superman would say at the end of a show. Remember, kids, all cannabis is medical. It's a big bag, isn't it? Is that a big bag of cannabis? You guys think? Ho, ho, ho! I've got a big bag of cannabis. Hey ho. Nobody's even doing big bags of cannabis anymore. About all you even doing. Hippie chick Nicholas. I'm coming down your chimney. Look at me. I don't know if that's gonna go. I don't know if that's gonna go. It's gotta be compressed a little bit more. A little bit more compression, please. Rogie, what's up? You want some cookies, buddy? Oh, is that hers? You want some cookies? Oh, you want some cookies? We're gonna hook it up, son. Superman go? I gotta get into the whole thing by just doing that one, and then I can figure it out. Now, how's Superman go? Superman. I can't remember how the tune went. Oh yeah, I'm feeding the cat. I'm wondering what I'm doing right now. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be feeding the cat. Like, why did I come in here? It's got this. Oh man, I got Harl's. It's clean. It's all so clean. His whole feeding area, brand new. Everything, papers down. His feeding, his bowl's all cleaned up and shiny. Dude, he's dining like a freaking king right now. Can't believe I forgot the theme to Superman, man. Man, I forgot the song to Superman. I know the theme to Raiders of the Lost Ark. See, I know all that shit, so I know the theme to Superman too. I got to be able to figure that shit out. God damn, all that, and I still can't. We used to have this fucking 8-track tape that had all those theme songs on it. And I know it must have had the theme song to Superman on it. And I can't remember how it fucking goes. Rogan, are you... Oh, did I say I was going to get you a cookie? Oh, cookies! It's right, I said cookies. It's right. I said cookies for you. Oh, yeah. I forgot about the cookies. There's 3 big cookies for you. That's right. Take a bite. Oh, fuck, dude. Rogan got cut, man, on his paw. And he's bleeding. No, you be nice to your daddy. It's okay. It's okay. Here, this is yours. That's yours. Huh. I don't know what happened. Jesus Christ. He's got blood. He's got blood in between one of his toes. Let me walk over you, buddy. He's a little food aggressive. He's got 3 cookies on the floor. And plus his toe might be bothering him. He's got blood right here around between 2 of his toes on his paw. I'm thinking maybe he got his toe stuck on something and split the skin right there. But it looks like it's only on the top of the paw, it looks like. So, hopefully he doesn't have a piece of glass or something underneath. I did find some glass in the yard a couple days ago, but I picked it all up, I think. Some fucking idiot threw a goddamn beer bottle in the fire pit years ago. It got uncovered. It could be a thorn. Yeah, it could be a fucking foxtail in between his toes. Absolutely. That's what causes that usually. Might have to go to the veterinarian. Could very well be a foxtail. Now, I don't have a lot of foxtails in the yard. I had Mark eradicate like every single one out of my fucking yard, man. And there's very little foxtails around here. Rogie, come here. Good boy, come here. Come here, buddy. I want to look at your toe. Can I look at your toe? Come here, buddy. Come here. Look at that. Hi. Hi, you. So what happened to your toe there, huh? Looks like you got a foxtail. Can I take a look? Can I take a look at your toe? Yeah. Can I take a look at that? Let me see. Can I see that, buddy? What's going on here? What happened? Can you sit down? Rogie, sit. Sit. Good boy. Oh, you're such a mess. I love you. I love you because you're my pizza. Up. Look, I'm looking. Does that hurt? It hurts? Does that hurt? Oh, let me see. Let me see why you got that up in here. Make sure there's nothing underneath there. Okay. Good boy. Yeah. Okay. Do you know what it might be? It might not be a foxtail. You just watched the Superman theme song? From the first Superman movie? It might not be a foxtail. It's it's probably the same guy that wrote all those other songs too. It might be the cat, because he plays with the cat and he does that, and the cat may have scratched him on his paw. But if it's a foxtail, man, that shit needs to be pulled out because it'll keep digging in. And he'll need massive surgery and all kinds of shit. And that's where they get them. I guess if I clean the area with some water, with some warm water. But I mean, I can't see a freaking foxtail. I don't know. Maybe it would be all the way embedded, and it's in such a bad spot in between his toes. I just have to really take a look in there. This would be a good time to do it, though, right now. Can I take a look right here? Good boy. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's very good of you. Let me see what's going on. See if you got a foxtail in there. Oh, wait. I thought I maybe saw something. Hey, let me see that. Come on. Let me see that, buddy. Here. You guys want to check this out while I try to do this. He's being a little aggressive. You can see which toe it is, guys. It's right there. You can see it right there. See it? It's all bloody right there. I have to go up to the store. Top of the hour, guys. Let me refresh the chat. If not a foxtail, should I clean it? Rogie. Look, come here. Come here, buddy. Come here, please. Come on. Good boy. Take a look at this little doggy. What do we have here? I need to inspect this area here. Stop it. Rogie, come here. Sit. Rogan, sit. No, don't growl at me. I love you. Rogan, sit. Sit. Come on, sit down. Sit down. You're being impossible. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Be nice. Okay? Let me just take a look at this. Is that an abrasion? It's a scrape. It's a fucking scrape. I think he scraped his foot on like a rock. I don't think it's blood. I think it's a scrape. Hey, bees. How about we put some triage oil on that, buddy? Yeah, I think you're fine. Yeah, you're fine. Good boy. Come here. Come here. Come here. Let's just do this. That's fine. It's just a little scrape. We'll put that on there. It's going to be just fine. There you go. Let's go feel better. That's all. I think it's a fucking scrape. Yeah. It doesn't look like blood, man. I mean, if it was a foxtail, I don't think it would be. There's this big area that's all inflamed. I mean, it looks like he was really active yesterday and he scraped his toe against a log or a rock yesterday, it looks like. So I'll just put the triage oil on that. I have to go, guys. I gotta go drop off this mail and pick up my pickles. I got my pickles. I got to get my pickles. I got to go get my pickles. And I got this huge order of triage oil that came in yesterday, and I got to take that out to the mail too. So, I love you guys. Thank you so much. Billy, Carl, thank you both. Hippie Chick, I remember you were still here. Oracle, freaking Oracle, thank you. If Candace Mountain is still here, sorry I screamed at you before, honey. I hope you can forgive me. Tim, thanks for being here. Nick Brown, thank you. Trying to remember who else was here. Hippie Chick, can we do a cheers before you go? Before I go? Are you licking the triage oil? Hey, no, licky on the triage oil. I know, don't lick it. You like the way it tastes? You like the way it tastes? He's licking the triage oil off his toe. Fuck. I have to put a goddamn bandage on him or something. I am really high. I'm good. I smoked a lot. We've been live for 2 hours and 15 minutes. So enjoy yourselves, you guys. Love y'all. Take care. And I will see you at 7:10. Okay, how about that? I'll see y'all later. All right? All right. Y'all take care. Love you. Bye now. Fuck Pauly Shore. Okay. Okay, I was late. Oh, okay. Alright, come to the next one. Bye, guys.